What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to the Sports Sidebar Podcast. You're tuned in with your boy Rich, and I'm here with my buddies Tom and JD, and we're about to get this thing started. Let's go!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a brand new episode for everybody tonight. What are we at? 151, 152, somewhere 150 something. Making our way up there. How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing good, Rich. How you doing?
Doing all right, man. Still recovering from that loss in fantasy, but I'll be all right.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, man. It was getting close, but then your team the Eagles game went to overtime. I was like, oh, he got me now.
Yeah, couple that with the Ayuk had a pretty good game. I mean, other than that, Debo kept it just about nothing. Kind of stunk for me, but Ayuk picked up the slack.
Yeah, pretty much. I had like three guys that put in work, and then everybody else was just trash. Joe Burrow was trash.
Yeah, I was at a conference on Sunday for work, so I didn't get to see much of it. But when I got back to the hotel, got to check it out for a little bit. Was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they keep spending money on offensive linemen, and they can't protect this guy. But
I know
definitely, he's still like pigeon-toed with his with the calf injury. So he's not really looking to run out of the pocket. So
yeah,
but I mean, hopefully he gets better. I need him for fantasy, man. I mean, let's get right into it, man. We have week 4 in the NFL. We had the Thursday night game. We had the Lions versus the Packers. People were talking bad about Goff. He came in and handled business. They beat the Packers and they move on. Really wasn't too much from this game that I was surprised about.
No, I don't think so. I think, like you said, tough place to play on the road for Detroit. They came in, handled business. Thought, David Montgomery, obviously with the 3 touchdowns, played well. Jordan Love, I think just with the young quarterback, new offense, new all that, you're gonna have some ups and downs. So this was a bit of a down game for him, but we'll see if he can rebound.
Yeah, man. I mean, he has Watson first game back with Watson, so he has a few guys that they're gonna get acclimated to the offense, and he should be rolling in no time.
Absolutely.
And then on the Sunday games, I mean, they kicked off with the Jaguars and the Falcons on that the London game. That was like 9:30. I like when they do that game though, because you kind of get no real gaps in between games.
I know. It's nice. It's nice, like waking up, having some coffee, rolling into the NFL. Like I said, I was in Nashville, so I was an hour behind. So actually went from Ryder Cup in the morning, got to the conference, got the Jaguars, saw the Jaguars and Falcons on a little bit before we started. So that was kind of cool.
Oh yeah. Then they did the little Toy Story thing where they animated the plays, which is kind of cool. So they gave the chance for the kids to watch that were in the football, unlike Disney and Toy Story. So
I didn't see it, but I heard it was pretty neat.
Yeah, it was pretty much on point as far as like touchdown passes, the plays, the interceptions. So it was kind of cool. And then we had the notable games, which was the Dolphins versus the Bills. The Bills defense shows up. I feel like the defense is a little bit better than last year. I mean, they got more pass rushers. Von Miller's going to be coming back in a few weeks. They're going to be good to go as well. They pretty much shut out the Dolphins offense. So I think that's going to be interesting going forward.
Yeah, the defense played well. Obviously, they rushed Tua. They were getting to Tua, turned him over a couple times. So yeah, I mean, you heard Mike McDaniel after the game said he didn't like anything he saw out of that game for his team. So yeah, it was the first meeting in what could be a playoff matchup here in a few months. Two really good teams still, I think.
Oh yeah, for them to come out and put up 71 week and then the Bills to shut them down to hold them 10 points. I mean, they did a good job on them. And then we have the Ravens and the Browns. There was no Deshaun. Baltimore pretty much wins. I'm still a little curious on this Baltimore offense because I feel like they should be putting up a lot more points, man.
Yeah. It seems like they're putting up a lot of yards, and maybe they're just not scoring. I don't know. I haven't really watched much of them yet, but like Lamar, I feel like had a really good game, but they still didn't really score that much. I mean, I know the Browns defense is pretty tough, but still, but it's hard to argue 3-1 too, right? So
it definitely is, man. I feel like he's still like scrambling so much compared
I
to he
know.
should just be like slinging it compared to all the new
Yeah.
weapons he has. But I mean,
Yeah, I agree.
I think it's a new offense, so hopefully they can figure it out soon.
Yeah, yeah. I think they will. I think he's getting a little. You can see he's getting a little more comfortable each game. I think.
Yeah, just keep going to Andrews, man. On the other games, we had the garbage bowl between the Bears and Broncos. Bears pretty much had it won, but your boy Fields had a few turnovers towards the end of the game. Kind of cost his team the game. Broncos came back and won. I think it's going to be interesting going forward for both these teams, man. I was looking at the mock drafts for next year, and I mean, both these teams are so bad. They both have 2 picks, I believe. Talking about the first 4 picks going to be going to both these teams, man.
They have. So I know the Bears have Carolina's pick, and them and Carolina are the 2 worst teams. So the Bears have the first 2 picks. I didn't realize the Broncos had that early of a pick.
Yeah, I think they got because of record, and then I think they have whose picks was it?
No, they don't. Just the one.
Oh, just the one. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I thought I saw somebody else. Then
yeah, see. Check the mock drafts. What were we showing early? Let's see.
Hey, Giants not far from you, man. At 10.
Giants are at 10. Yeah. No, it looks like Arizona has 2. Arizona has 2.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out between those teams.
Yeah.
Being that they already have quarterbacks, but there's gonna be some quarterbacks in the draft. So, seeing if they either move up or they'll go ahead and get the quarterback and trade the quarterback. So, then the Sunday night game, when we had the Chiefs and the Jets, we had your boy Zach Wilson versus Taylor Swift.
Swifties were all out.
Yeah, man. I mean, he played good, man. I ain't gonna lie, man.
Yeah, he did play much better, and like we talked about last week, he against the Patriots, he looked a little scared. Didn't look right. So it's almost like they said, look, Zach, we don't care if you throw an interception, just let's sling the ball around a little bit here, and he looked a lot better. I made some nice throws to Wilson, Lazard, the tight ends. Yeah, and I don't know how much that is defense too. Like, I'm still not really sure. I'm never really sure how good Casey's defense is until the playoffs. To be honest. But yeah, he played well. He got them back in the game. They got down, I think 20-3 or 15. It was like 15-2 at one point because they had the safety.
Yeah, safety.
But he brought him back. And yeah, I thought he played well. He earned himself another week for sure. We'll see if he can build on that though.
Oh yeah, he has to stay confident and realize his hitches when to get the ball out, trying to run that West Coast. So
yeah, and I think he took a lot of blame after the game on himself. I don't know how well deserved that was or not, but I did feel like he probably felt like he needed to do something after last year, and almost felt like a little bit over the top where he's trying. He's like, I lost us the game, blah blah. He did have that that fumble. But yeah, I like what I saw. Again, we'll see what happens. But if he can build on that, I think it'll be good for the team.
Yeah, hopefully. But I also feel like quarterbacks, they regardless of when how they lost, they always try to take the blame. So that's one of the traits.
They should for sure. I mean, you're the leader of the team. Ultimately, you got to take the blame.
Yeah, but I mean, this stepping stone in the right direction shows that he can play. So. He just has to be consistent with it.
For sure.
Then we had the Monday night game.
Ooh, ouch.
Man, thought it was going to be a shootout between the Giants and the Seahawks. Said it was a blowout. Giants just couldn't really do much as far as getting their receivers open. Couldn't finish plays. Your boy Danny Dimes turned it over left and right. Threw a pick six. Had a few fumbles. Man,
I'll be honest with you. I didn't see that game going that way.
No, I didn't at all. Seattle's defense is not the greatest. They've been giving up a lot of points, so I figure there's a great opportunity to see the connection between Waller and Danny Dimes, as well as see the opportunity for some of these other receivers to shine. Even though Saquon is out, I felt like it's going to be more of a passing game. I mean, Giants defense did what it could. Your boy Thibodeau, I'm gonna say woke up, but you got to see him shine on defense, which we haven't seen in a while. I feel like we got to hit the restart button on the Giants, man.
Yeah, it was an ugly showing for sure. kind of across the board. It sucks because Jones played so well last year. You're hoping that
Yep.
we could at least see what he did last year, but maybe even a little bit better. But yeah, it's been not been a good start, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, and for him to get paid $40 million, oh my.
Yeah, that part makes it a little more a little tougher to swallow, I'd say.
Like they might as well just franchise them and spend that money on offensive linemen. It's this bad, man. Like go out and get a receiver or another weapon. I mean, they did get Waller, but I think they're gonna need somebody out there to stretch the field as well. So
yeah.
And then they should just trade Danny Downs for Kirk Cousins and Jefferson or something. I don't know, man.
yeah. It's easy to do.
Just crazy, man. Then we got Week 5 coming up. We got a semi-garbage bowl between the Bears and the Commanders. That's a Thursday night game. I mean, Commanders not that bad, but their quarterback is still in question. Bears' whole team is in question right now. So I'm interested to see how this plays out.
Yeah, this is an interesting game. The Bears may be the worst team in football, and I'm still not sure what the Commanders are. So I guess we'll have to see how this battle duels out. But no Chase Claypool already. He's kind of I don't know what they're doing with him. I guess they just want to try to trade him, but but yeah, not the greatest start to the week, but it is what it is. Tough slate this week.
Oh yeah, it's kind of trash. Who did they move? They moved back this year, right? Well, in the draft, right?
Who?
Chicago.
Yeah, they moved back, but they got the Carolina pick.
No, but I'm saying who did they draft with their pick? Was it an offensive lineman or?
They drafted Darnell Wright, offensive line from Tennessee.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. They need a lot of help, man.
They do.
Then I mean, oh man, we have the Giants versus the Dolphins, man.
How you feel about that one?
Giants secondary is trash right now, kind of young. For them to be out there, I mean, I think we got 2 rookies pretty much at corner right now. To go against Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and the rest of that offense, man, it's gonna be a long day, especially if Danny Dimes turning over the ball. I think the Dolphins do have a good pass rush between Chubb and what's the other guy? Man, what's his name? He had like dropped in. It was like he got drafted last year before.
Jalen Phillips.
Yeah, he was a top projected guy, but due to injuries he fell. So
yeah, he sat last week, I believe, but should be back this week. Yeah, you got Bradley Chubb, Jalen Phillips, Chris Wilkins, Raekwon Davis. We got a solid front 7 there.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long day, man, and I don't think Barkley's back either. So.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we're gonna chalk this up. Looks like the Giants might get Caleb Williams this year, so we'll see.
Yeah,
but
the Bears are gonna beat you too.
Oh yeah, because they don't got to win yet. Damn, 1 game ahead, man. I'm trying to think who else might be coming out outside of him as far as quarterback.
Drake May from UNC.
Yeah, and I know Oregon guy.
Bo Nix.
Yeah, I'm not really too fond of them yet.
Nah, I'm not huge on him, but I think Drake May and Caleb Williams should be far and above the top pick, but I don't think Drake May is far behind.
Yeah, but I feel like the Bears gonna have the first 2 picks, so it's gonna mess up the whole thing.
Imagine if they just took 2 quarterbacks and held them hostage.
Nah, that's crazy, man. I mean,
no. They honestly, if they get the first 2, my guess is if there's no I'm guessing big offensive lineman or a can't miss prospect at number 2, they'd probably trade out someone who wants Drake May.
I don't know, man. I think you got to go Caleb and you go Harrison Jr. if you got 1 and 2, and then
maybe.
Then you trade Fields for some later picks, and then that's when you get more offensive linemen, and then you just build out your defense.
Yeah.
But we'll wait and see, man. We're still got a lot of football left to be played, man.
Yep, for sure.
And then we're gonna have the 9 o'clock game again, the Jags versus the Bills. I think this is gonna be an interesting one. I think it'll give an opportunity for us to see how good the Jags really are as far as them playing a better team. We know they've been struggling against the Chiefs and some of the upper echelon teams in the AFC.
Yeah, for sure. How you feeling about that game?
That game is going to be interesting. Like I said, I think it's going to be a real test for the Jags. I feel like they got a lot of players on their team, so they, as far as offensively, that they have a lot of firepower. But it doesn't seem like your boy Lawrence has been able to get the ball out to the right guys at the right time, and they're not really clicking on all cylinders. As far as Jalen, not Jalen, Calvin really out there, and then I think Zay Jones is coming back this game, so that should help him. Christian Kirk, and then your boy Etienne, and then Ingram at tight end. So that's it. They got plenty of options, man. I feel like he should definitely be slinging it over like 300 a game, but or close to it. But it seems like he's been at low twos.
Yeah. I haven't watched a lot. I watched a little bit of the first game. I haven't watched a ton of them, but it just seems like he's a little bit off, and it seems like even Etienne, well, he's been solid. I would say hasn't really had the an explosion type game yet.
Yeah, he's not really been able to get in the end zone. So
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I feel like they got guys that can get it. They got playmakers, man, but they just can't punch it in.
Right.
They kind of in the middle of the pack as far as offense, but that's what they got enough guys where they should be killing. Kind of like, I don't want to say kind of like Atlanta, where Atlanta's got plenty of weapons, but the quarterback just can't get the ball out. I mean, they got the quarterback that can get the ball out, but it's just not happening for some reason.
Right.
And then we're gonna have the Jets versus the Broncos. This should be a nice dub for you guys. How you feel about your team, man?
Yeah, this should be a win. Again, this never an easy place to go into. Going into Denver, obviously altitude and all that. But yeah, this should be something where they need to go in and take care of business and get out of there. They finally got I would say a little break in the schedule after playing, Bills, Patriots, Chiefs, all right in a row. So yeah, excited to see how they play this week.
Yeah, man, definitely. I hope you guys get that win. I hope to see your boy Wilson put in some work. Even though regardless if it's against the Broncos or not, but help give him some confidence going into the season. So. And then we're gonna have the Chiefs versus Vikings. Pretty much not really a crazy game. I'm really interested in seeing. I will be paying attention just to see if Taylor Swift shows up again. But the NFL is running crazy with this, man. Like after every play,
it's almost too much. I think Kelsey said it today. It's just like it's too much. Like I think he's like we don't need to see Taylor Swift eating cheeseburgers. Like we're good.
Yeah, man. They just kept going every commercial break. Like yo, dog, let her rock. This is a football game.
Yeah.
The women were definitely excited. I love Taylor Swift. Was definitely checking out this game. Just to see the Taylor Swift sightings. Like they mentioned before, Kelsey's jersey sales are up. His followers are up. NFL ratings are up. I think they said that was one of the highest rated games since the Super Bowl. Something crazy like that.
Yeah. It was the highest rated game since the Super Bowl. Yep.
Which is pretty crazy, man. But it's gonna be interesting to see how this plays out. As far as I think it's gonna come to a point where people feel like the NFL may be rigging games if Taylor Swift is there. So.
I mean, you saw some of those calls at the end of the game or non-calls. Jermaine Johnson was clearly held on that 3rd and 22 where, Mahomes ran right up the middle. And then the Sauce Gardner play, again, probably a penalty, but like Salah said, like they hadn't called it all night long. So why are we calling it, with 2 minutes left in the game? So again, I'm not a big, blame the ref guy, but those are some just some, I would say, poor bad timing on bad calls there.
Oh yeah, man. And then this also doesn't help the Chiefs because they kind of got a little call to help them to beat the Bengals in the playoffs last year, which is kind of like a little same situation. But we're gonna have to wait and see how this plays out. Like if this affects playoff games and stuff like that. Then we're gonna probably have the game of the week: the Cowboys versus the 49ers. I'm interested to see if the Cowboys get steamrolled based off the physicality from the 49ers. It seems like this is a team they cannot beat, whether it be the regular season in the playoffs or when it matters the most. So,
yeah, this should be a good one. And I think this kind of would say test both teams. I don't know if San Francisco's really been tested yet. And then you got Dallas, who put up a statement win against the Patriots last week and, may have killed Mac Jones. we shall see. But yeah, I think this is a good litmus test for both teams.
Oh yeah, and a potential NFC Championship
Could be,
or
yeah, for sure.
a playoff matchup, depending on how things shake
Yeah.
out. 'Cause I think they played each other the past 2 years in the playoffs.
Yes. Yep.
So 49ers obviously got the upper hand. So
That they do.
and then we're gonna have the Packers versus the Raiders. I'll probably skip this game. I ain't gonna lie. I don't got no stock invest in this game. Just
Those are Raiders. Raiders who?
Packers.
Oh yeah, that's probably a skip.
I'll probably just check the box score to see how Romeo Dobbs is doing, but that's about it.
Yeah.
And then I know the Patriots went out and traded for Jackson. They went out and got a corner. I don't think there was really anything else in the shaking up in the NFL. So
No, not yet. We may see some things coming. You never know when teams start to get down. We'll see 1-4, things like that. We'll see what happens. But yeah, as of now, nope.
Yep. And then on to the NBA. NBA was trying to get a little spicy this weekend. Last week, man. They went out. The Bucks went out and traded for Dame. They did a nice little package that sent your boy Drew Holiday over to the Trailblazers. Then the Trailblazers went out and shipped them over to Boston. I mean, Boston definitely gets better. I felt like Boston. Yeah, pretty much in the offseason, y'all kept the same team, but y'all just added up Porzingis. But I do feel like y'all gotta beef up your bench.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that then now they'll probably start to look to add some bench guys. But yeah, I think the trade essentially I would say turns into Marcus Smart, Rob Williams, and Brogdon for Drew Holiday, right? I mean that's kind of where it lands. Yeah, I think that it does. It probably does make them better now. I think Holiday's he's I think he still gives you a good defensive punch with him and Derek White, a 1-2 punch there.
Yep.
And he brings that energy. You heard it today from Brad Stevens, like he came in and it was an intense first practice, and then it was basically because of Drew. And I think that's something the Celtics were missing. Tatum and Brown are the stars, but they're young, so they needed someone with that veteran presence to really, I think, take over. And I think Smart probably tried to do it, but I don't know if he was in the position to do it.
I felt like he probably tried, but it was the wrong messenger.
Yeah.
I think Drew would be the better messenger as far as
I think it's better heard from Drew because they won a championship. He knows what it takes, right? So and the guys have been there, but like it just always sounds different from someone who's been there, and you can still see how hard he's working. And it just, I don't know, maybe it means a little bit more to these guys. But
especially at his age.
Yeah. It does kind of suck. You lose a couple pieces there. Rob, who I love, who a lot of people in Boston love. Just the way he plays defense. Unfortunately, he just he has health issues. The guy's always injured.
Yeah. But I mean, the great thing about it is that you guys kept a lot of your draft capital. So well, pretty much all of it.
Yeah.
I mean, you really didn't trade much of your draft capital away. No. It was just other teams' picks you had. So I mean, we pretty much got your first between now and like 2026 or 27, 28, somewhere around there. And then you guys a bunch of second round picks. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how you guys maneuver those to get some veteran players that want to win a championship. And then with all this, man, 76ers, your boy James Harden does not show up.
He showed up today.
Oh, he did? Game was today?
Yeah.
Oh, he's on CP time today. Which is, I mean, he wants out of there. Everybody knows he wants out of there. I think it's going to be interesting to see how many, if he plays at all, as far as, trying to get traded. So.
Yeah.
And the Knicks need to do something, man. They need to fight back. They get beat. They just letting everybody pass them by. So.
They do, for sure. What's the next move, Rich?
I mean, the next move is to go out and get Embiid, but I don't think 76 is not giving them up. And as much as I've been trying to trade Julius Randle and RJ Barrett, I mean, it's looking like they're gonna be staying on the team, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with them, but I feel like you gotta. They just, I don't feel like they're getting better. Like I
Yeah.
feel like they just had like they reached their max potential.
Right.
But I'm gonna wait and see how everything shakes out in the NBA.
Oh yeah.
And then on to MLB. I mean, playoffs are kicking off.
Twins knocked out the Blue Jays.
Oh, they did?
That series is over.
Oh, I'm bugging it.
Twins moving on. Yeah, you got that. You read that one backwards. Yeah, Twins
Oh,
won
okay.
today 2-0. They're moving on to play. They are playing the one seed. Who's that?
Orioles.
Yeah,
No,
they're
no.
playing the Orioles.
Oh yeah, they're playing the Orioles, and then the Rangers are
No,
playing
sorry. The Rangers are the lower seed. The Rangers are playing the Orioles. Twins are going to play the Astros.
Astros. Okay.
Yep. So the Rangers beat the Rays pretty handily, 2 games in front of about half crowd in Tampa over the past couple days.
Yep.
So that one's over. On the NL side, looks like the Phillies are going to be headed to Atlanta to play the Braves, I believe. Actually, no. It depends on
Or
who the Brewers
the
Diamondbacks series.
Diamondbacks win.
It looks like the Diamondbacks are about to win. They're in the bottom of the 9th here. These could all be wrapped up tonight. Games start again Friday, I believe.
Mm-hmm. These are quick.
These
are quick 2-0s, man.
Yeah. I don't know when they start again. Saturday. They start back up on Saturday. But yeah, I forgot these. I forgot these were 3-game series for some reason. I know they changed it.
Yeah.
But yeah, some good playoff performance already early in this. But yeah, we will see. I was surprised to see the Rays go down so easily. To be honest,
yeah.
I know they kind of floundered toward the end there. They lost Franco, they lost Shane McClanahan, they lost some good players. And
It's that momentum, man.
It's almost like they just gave up. They're just like, screw it, we're done.
Yeah, it's that momentum, man. That's what baseball is, man. Once you hit playoffs, man, whoever has that momentum rolling in the playoffs, they're gonna keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think that's it for baseball.
We had the Ryder Cup.
Oh.
Yeah, we had the Ryder Cup over the weekend out at Marco Simone Golf Club in Rome, Italy. Did not get off to a good start for the U.S. Day one, they were swept in the morning matches, and then they tied 3 matches in the afternoon on 3 matches that they were pretty much up the entire day. So they got down pretty handily in the first day. I think it was 6.5, 1.5. And then again in the next morning session, they got down again. And I think by the end of day 2 on Friday, they were down something like 5 points. And I think that they did make it a little bit close on Sunday with the singles. Max Homa played really well all week. But the Europeans were just too strong. Rahm was hitting everything. Justin Rose hit a ton of big putts. There was some controversy out there with Patrick Cantlay and his caddy. There was, there was a story that came out in the middle of the day on Saturday, middle of the day Saturday, that Patrick Cantlay didn't want to play because he didn't wear a hat because he wasn't getting paid for it. And so then the European fans basically started like mocking him while he was playing Rory. And then, essentially, it got to the point where it was a pretty heated battle and they were down and he brought him back. And then, they celebrated after his putt. He had a putt on 18 from like 45 feet by, shaking the hat and like taking off the hat and waving it. His caddy had some words with the Europeans, and almost ended up in a fight in the parking lot after, which is kind of crazy.
Go down.
But yeah, but in the end, the Europeans won it with some good golf from Tommy Fleetwood, and yeah, they won 16.5 to 11.5, something like that. They won pretty handily.
16.5 to 11.5. Yep.
So,
I mean, you kind of said go with the pound, man. So the pound did what it was supposed to do, man.
Yep.
They took care of business. A lot of the golfers over there, some of the top, like some of the guys are finishing in the tops when it comes to these tournaments anyway. So
Yeah, they just seem to play better as a team for whatever
yeah,
reason.
maybe they like each other compared to U.S. man.
Probably.
So the friend of my friend is my enemy, man. So they get
What's
that.
that?
I said the friend of my friend is my enemy, so they get that, man. And then I think that's it for sports, man.
I think so.
And it's that time again, ladies and gentlemen. We got another edition of JD's Bites and Brew. What you got for us?
All right, so it's getting a little cooler outside, although for whatever reason by you is pretty warm today, right? Up in the 80s.
Yeah, in the 80s, but then it goes to like 50s, like the next 3 days, then the 70s. So it's weird. This global warming is crazy, man.
Well, anyway, we're getting to soup season, so been starting to make some soups and catching on to that. Have you seen the lasagna? The lasagna soup that's out there. Did I lose you, Rich?
Say that again?
Sorry. The new lasagna soup. Have you
Nah,
seen
what's
it?
that?
All right. So basically, it's like when you don't have time to make lasagna, but you want lasagna, but you kind of want a soup. So you kind of just throw everything into a pot. But essentially, what we did was to take an onion, dice it up with some garlic, throw that into a pot, add some olive oil, some salt, pepper, oregano, thyme, some hot chili flakes. Then cook up some ground beef. Can add that actually right into the pan. Cook that through and add some tomato sauce, and then chicken broth, and cover that. Cook down, and then add in. So this is where like some people will use like the lasagna. We use just some pasta shells. So threw that in.
Oh yeah,
and,
I think my mom did something like this, but with
yeah,
a big ziti.
right. And then on top, you add your Well, before that, sorry, add some cream, some shredded parm, some mozzarella, and then right at the end, add some fresh ricotta cheese on top. And then you can throw some basil, chili pepper, whatever you want on top of that. But yeah, basically it's like a lasagna soup.
Sounds kind of good. I feel like you could throw that on some like cornbread or something.
Yeah, you could do that. Like I think it'd be good, like some garlic bread or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like you get a nice little dipping bread or something like that.
Yeah,
good to go.
Tasty.
And then what you guys drink that down with?
All right, so in coming back from Nashville, I tried a few different local beers there, but the one I had was pretty good. Is called Yazoo Brewing Company. They're out of Madison, Tennessee, but they have like little tap rooms all over. They had one at the airport, so pretty much get it in the can anywhere around Nashville or on tap. But the one I had was their standard. Oh, it wasn't. It was called the Cala IPA. Just looking for the can picture. So yeah, this was like a grapefruity type of beer. Came in the can, got it. It had a kind of I would say like a softer flavor to it. It wasn't as like hoppy as some of the beers, and it wasn't really. We didn't really find any hazy beers, so this is kind of like an in-betweener. But definitely had that kind of that fruity taste to it. Thought it was, I thought it was okay. Tried a few other beers from there too. Again, I thought they were all kind of in that, mediocre range. Nothing, I don't think anything really stood out to me. But again, it was solid. It was, good beer to drink. I'd probably give it like a solid 6.8.
I mean, that's not too bad. It's almost on a solid level. I'm
Yeah.
Missing a few things.
Yeah, I'm not going out of my way to go find it, but it was pretty good.
Was it the aftertaste or like just not what you thought it would be?
No, it was just like, it was just like kind of fine. Nothing like stood out or anything like that. So
okay,
it was just okay.
Just needed some more seasoning. I got you, man.
Yeah, exactly. Like they put a little bit of salt, but not enough,
Oh man, yeah, that's enough the flavors, man.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's JD's Bites and Brew, everybody. And then this week for the BRRs, I mean, Still watching Invasion. Yeah, Love Is Blind. They put out that little I won't say second half or middle piece.
Oh, I didn't get to that yet.
Oh man. I mean, it's not too. I feel like they need to run it back, man. It's just not enough couples, man.
Yeah.
I feel like we're getting cheated, but we're gonna have to wait and see, man.
Okay.
Only 3 couples made it to the next round, and I'm not gonna tell you what happens, but I feel like the season's gonna be quick, man. I'm surprised they had enough like footage to film these amount of episodes. I feel like the season could have been over probably in like 6 episodes.
Yeah, it kind of seems like they've. I think I'm 3 episodes in. They've kind of dragged it out already.
Yeah, but I'm gonna wait and see what happens, man. Hopefully, some more drama towards the end. Definitely some drama in that second little portion they gave us, but we're gonna have to wait and see how everything plays out, though.
Yeah. Yep.
And then if you like cartoons animation, the new Castlevania they put out on Netflix is pretty good, based off the old school video game for 64. I mean, it's good, man.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best little like animated shows they have right now on Netflix.
Okay.
And then checked out Gen V, I think that's what it's called. That's the spinoff from The Boys. It's pretty much like a Young Justice type, Young Avengers type show, where they have teenagers that have powers and kind of giving you some of the stuff they're going through, as well as tapping into what Vought was doing with these teenagers as far as giving them superpowers and keeping some of them captive. So it's an interesting little series, man. I don't want to say not as good as The Boys, but definitely watchable.
Okay.
And then outside of that, I don't think there was anything else I was checking out. I'm still looking for some stuff. So
Yeah, me neither, man. I've been ice cold. Just trying to catch up on Love Is Blind.
yeah, I'm trying to think what else. Anything else I was trying to watch? I don't think so. Gotta look through my shows, man. But it's just dry out, man.
Yeah, I know. We need to.
But I mean,
we need to get these actors back.
Yeah, I mean they got some stuff coming up as far as like Game of Thrones and what was something else that I saw a preview for a TV show that kind of looked good. I gotta look for it again. When I find out, I'll tell you again. But I mean they got some stuff coming, so winter shouldn't be that bad. And then that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
I want to thank y'all for rocking out here on the Sports Sidebar Podcast. Give y'all something to ride out on.